All right, we are on the air. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to live coverage of Orioles baseball, where tonight the Baltimore Orioles will be taking on the San Francisco Giants in the second game of a three-game series at Camden Yards. How you doing, everybody in Charm City? It's your old pal, the Birdwatcher here. And why is this little volume thing? There it goes. It's BW. How you doing? Probably not so great after last night's game. Understandable. The Orioles have been playing poorly down the stretch, and last night was the perhaps culmination of all things wrong right now with the team. But guess what? We got a new game. We got a new night, and Craig Kimbrell is no longer with us. Folks, I mean...
Baltimore, you are seeing history being made today.
That's right. Craig Kimbrell has been designated for assignment. Brian Baker joins the team in the bullpen. That is the big news. And what I feel is even bigger news. Starting tomorrow, down in Norfolk, Ramon Urias and Jordan Westburg are expected to be in the lineup for the Norfolk Tides. And if things go well, one would think might be just enough time, 4 or 5 games of rehab, and then maybe back in time for the series in the Bronx next week to give not only a couple of much-needed players back to the team, but in time to play the Yankees and in time to get some seasoning under their belts before the playoffs. Folks, Jordan Westburg could be about 6 days away. Something like that. How's that sound? Folks, tonight we're playing the Giants. Right now, the White Sox and Angels are on. We've got some final scores today. I haven't even looked. Anything of note? Diamonds and Rocky, A's, Cubs. Okay, who cares? Couple of who cares games for me. Let's hit that music again. Okay. That's right, David. As long as we don't fall any farther back than this, and hopefully we can shave one game off before the series. But even if we don't, you get the sweep. Even if you're down a game, you got 3 games left. Problem is, Yankees, they're playing the Mariners right now. But then they play Oakland, and they've got the Pirates after us at home for the last series of the season. So their schedule's definitely not as difficult as ours. That doesn't mean we can't do it, though. Let's talk about tonight, folks. I'm going to go over something once the game gets started, but just to put a fine point on it right up top, folks, listen, last night was awful. The Orioles have not been playing well. And if we play the way we have been, our time in the playoffs will be fleeting. It'll be a blip. It'll be very short-lived time in the playoffs. It's true. But we've got a ticket. Once that ticket is punched, as fans, I think it's best for us to unite and get behind this team. And come what may. Folks, 41 years since a pennant. And of the past 41 years, we've only made the playoffs 6 other times. Okay? I don't know about you, but I'm getting old. I don't know how many of these windows we're going to have. So I'm not going to take it for granted. I don't care what the hell is going on with this team. It's a team good enough to get in the playoffs. It's a team that's good enough to get in the playoffs for years to come, in my humble view. We got to get behind them. Oh, David, just you want to give the motivational speech, David? Folks, David in France has the floor. David, please motivate the morale of Oriole fans for me, please. I will step aside. I'll go ahead and start talking about tonight's pitching matchup and starting lineups, while David will take over and boost the morale. He'll do it. He'll do it better. David, the floor is yours. All right, tonight's pitching matchup is going to have Dean Kramer. This, by the way, will be the final start of a rotation that's only got 2 more trips through. That's right. This is 11 games to go. So tomorrow you'll see the beginning of 2 more trips through the rotation. Dean Kramer's going to pitch tonight, 7-9 record. Hayden Birdsong, young right-hander, cherry-faced little kid. He's got those blushy Jackson Holiday cheeks. We claw with our fingernails for that inch. And you couldn't even come up with an original thing. That's just... I tell you what.
Sorry, Charm City chat. Sorry.
I apologize for Baltimore.
Anyway, getting back to me pumping up this fan base here. Check it out. Donald Rumsfeld. Christ's sake. Just too early. I haven't even made coffee yet. Folks, I've been all over the place. By the way, did I call it last night or did I not? Do you guys need me to replay it? As soon as Craig Kimbrell gave up that double off the wall in the splash zone, like that's his last pitch. And I don't mean in the game, I mean ever. I called it. Who said Grayson Rodriguez is best served out of the bullpen for the playoffs? Guess what? According to Mike Elias, that's exactly what's going to happen. Your boy's on top of things, folks. There's a benefit to watching every single pitch from start to finish. You kind of know stuff. And then there's that whole intuition thing I got going on too, which helps. But anyway, I digress. Hayden Birdsong is the guy we got to get to tonight. Young right-hander, 3-5 record, 4.74 ERA. All right, folks, this game's only a couple of minutes away from first pitch. Here are the lineups. Let me get this game up and started here. Let's go. Who's on the same page as Mike Elias? Are we trying to be confrontational right now? I said in last night's ball game, David, if you were here, that Mike Elias has had a recent track record of not so very good transactional moves, right? Trevor Rogers or Taylor Rogers, whatever the hell his name is. Awful move. Signing Craig Kimbrell. Safe to say, awful move. I'm not sitting here as a lapdog for Mike Elias, if that's what you're implying. Or for anyone else for that matter. David, you should know me well enough. I march to the beat of my own drum. So yeah, I mean, folks, let's address this. Chilo, I like it. Chilo, I love it. Folks, I posted something in the community this morning, and I feel like if you haven't seen it, maybe you should see it now. I'll just throw it right up over here on the page here. Let's bring it on over. Let's bring it right the hell on over here. Pop it right in there. Here it is. Folks, I want you to look at this kid right here. That is 7-year-old me. First grade spring, 1984. This photo is newer than the last time Baltimore won a pennant. When this photo was taken, the Orioles were the defending champions of the world. I had no idea at the time. Now, with those heartstrings pulled, the following is pasted from my Discord just moments ago. Bird watchers, Achtung! Look it. We've got some very positive news, right? Westberg and Arias is in the Norfolk lineup tomorrow night. Mountcastle not far behind. We are going to the playoffs, right? We've spent 34 of the last 41 years not going to the playoffs, not having any shot at glory, right? We've been saying for about a week now that the Orioles playoffs are now. They got to start doing it now, right? Well, as fans, I say we put our money where our mouth is. We show up as fans now. Kimbrel has been cut. That was the one significant move this team could make. The one symbolic move. The one rational move at this stage of the season. Everyone else we have. These are our boys, like it or not. So at this point, there is no other rational thing for a fan to do, no other healthier thing than to simply give your heart over to this team. Hold on to the hope that this is our year and to remember who we are. We are Baltimore, hon. Those are our boys out there. That said, my tolerance for negativity in the Charm City chat for the remainder of the season until the final out of this season is recorded, it's over. People, myself included, by the way, first pitch of the ball game is hit to right field and deep. And guess what? The Giants have a 1-0 lead on the first pitch of the ball game. How do you like that? I'm not worried about it. That said, I'm going to just keep on going through my thing right here. My tolerance for negativity in this chat until the final out of the season is recorded. It's over. People, myself included, have been waiting a long time for the Orioles to return to glory. We've invested our emotions and our time season after season. I will not allow for these brief moments of hope that we have had over the last 41 years be tarnished during this experience by nonstop negativity. Lamont Wade Jr. is batting second, and he takes ball one. One last paragraph, all right? If the idea of any result other than winning the World Series, of winning the whole damn thing, is going to leave you feeling disappointed in this team, then this may not be the ride you want to be on. But for the rest of us, for those who understand just how difficult it is to win it all, for those willing to have their hearts broken if we don't go all the way, for those willing to set aside whatever feelings you have about the team's future, Brandon Hyde as a manager, for example, and just root this team on, well, you're in the right place. Let's watch our Orioles play some baseball tonight. Let's get back to basics and remember this beautiful game. Let's get back to calling this game. That's already 1-0 with Lamont Wade Jr. with a 2-2 count, nobody on. Sorry I had to interrupt the beginning of the ball game, but it feels like it needed to be said. 2-2 pitches off the plate, full count. Giants lineup looks like this. Yastrzemski, who just led off with that home run. Lamont Wade Jr. batting now, playing first base. Yastrzemski in right field. Helio Ramos will be up next. He's playing left. Here's a swing and a miss on a full count pitch. And Kramer strikes out Wade.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
So that'll bring up Ramos now with one out and a run in already. Base is empty. Michael Conforto will be the cleanup hitter in DH. Tyler Fitzgerald at shortstop. He'll bat fifth. First pitch to Ramos is on the outside corner at the knees for a called strike. He's hitting .266, 21 homers, 69 RBI. And the 0-1 is chop foul, left side, 0-2. Grant McCrae's in center field batting sixth. Schmidt at third base, batting seventh. Walton at second base, hitting eighth. And Kurt Casale, backup catcher, hitting ninth. That ball's crushed to left, but right to Colton Cowser. Looked a lot harder off the bat than it wound up being. Cowser not playing all that deep in left field. And it was hit straight to him for the second out of the inning. For the Orioles, Gunnar Henderson will lead off and play short. Sed Mullins is back in the 2 spot, as I thought he would be last night. Right-handed hitter on the mound, or right-handed pitcher on the mound. Sorry. Here's Conforto now. First pitch to him is off the plate, away for ball one. Sed Mullins will bat second and play center field. Anthony Santander back in right field, hitting third. Heston Kjerstad, your cleanup hitter in DH. Here's a called strike, 1-1 on Conforto, who's hitting just .226. Colton Cowser will bat fifth. Again, he's in left field. He just made the second out here of the inning. 1-1 pitch is hit in the air, and it's going to dunk in there for a hit in front of Ced Mullins in left center. 2-out single by Conforto. Ryan O'Hearn will be at first base again tonight, hitting 6th. Emmanuel Rivera at third base, batting 7th. Jackson Holliday's back in the lineup tonight, hitting 8th. And James McCann will do the catching and bat 9th. No Adley Rutschman in the lineup tonight. Here is Tyler Fitzgerald. 0 for 5 in yesterday's ball game, hitting .291 though on the season, which is the best average in this team. He pops this straight up on the first pitch. Second base, Holiday on the outfield grass makes the catch, and the inning is over. Dean Kramer threw a first pitch of the ball game that hit the seats in right field by Mike Yastrzemski, and the Giants jump out to an early 1-0 lead. A second hit in the inning was stranded on base. We go to the bottom of the first. San Francisco 1 and the Orioles coming up, and it's time for me to make some coffee. Oh, wait a minute. There you go. Coffee music. All right, Hayden Birdsong making his 14th start of the season, 4.74 ERA. First pitch of the inning to Gunnar Henderson is fouled back, and here we go.
His name's Gunnar, and he's dating my mom.
Oh, I don't have this on live chat. I might be missing some chat talk here. Next pitch is inside and goes all the way to the backstop. 1 ball, 1 strike on Gunnar, leading it off. Hitting .280 coming into today's play. I'm wondering how far behind or ahead this is. It says 1-1 here. We'll try to hang out here for a minute. The 1-1 is reached for on a pitch low and away and fouled behind the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I tell you what, when this Birdsong kid faces up against Holiday, it's going to look like a couple of Gerber babies going at it. This pitch is high, 2-2, and the rain is starting to fall like crazy over here on my end. Two is high, full count. Full count on Gunnar. Look at me multitasking. Payoff pitch, swung on, fouled back. He chased ball 4, but he stays alive. Another payoff pitch to Gunnar. It is swung on, hit in the air. Gunnar slams his bat down. Shallow left. Ramos coming in, makes the catch. 1 away. Come on, Gunnar. You worked a full count. He made him throw 7 pitches. He gave the rest of the team a chance to look at what this guy's got. It's not a terrible at-bat. Don't get that frustrated right out of the gate, dude. I don't think that's good optics for the rest of the guys. Here's Sed Mullins.
Well said, now you know what to do.
Mullins shows bunt and pops it foul behind home plate. Well, that did not work. .231 average for Mullins, 17 homers, 51 driven in. Shift is on with the third baseman up on the grass in case Mullins looks to bunt again. Here's a breaking ball that nearly hits the dirt. Mullins lays off, and the count is 1-1. Oh, the rain is coming down hard right now. My goodness. I better make sure there's nothing on my balcony that might get damaged. 1-1 pitches away, 2-1. Low and away, 3-1. The 3-1 to Sed. Swung on and missed, full count. A 95-mile-an-hour heater on the outer half of the plate. Not too high, not too low. Pretty middle on the outer part. Full count. Come on, Sed. Make contact. Payoff pitch. Swung on, chopped to first, and the first baseman will tag the bag himself for the second out. Mullins grounds out, unassisted to first. Defensively for the Giants, Ramos in left, McRae in center, Yastrzemski in right, Schmidt at third, Fitzgerald at short, Walton at second, Wade Jr. at first, and Casali behind the plate. Here's Anthony Santander.
That's not a tater tot, that's a tater giant.
Takes a fastball a little bit inside. That was a 97 from Birdsong. Tony, like a lot of guys last night, 0 for 4. And he takes one at the top of the zone. That's called a strike. Nice pitch by Birdsong. Right on the top edge of the zone there. 1-1 the count. This one is fouled away off to the right. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Base is empty. 2 down in the bottom of the first. The Giants with an early 1-0 lead. They've already won game 1, and they beat us. They beat us hard, 10-0 last night. This pitch is way high, and the count is 2-2. Yeah, chat mods. Can we be a little more lenient with the language thing? I mean, if it's just random, isolated, it's okay. We don't have to be that strict about it. And that's not a criticism of the job you guys are doing. You guys are doing great, but I'm just I'm thinking we can relax a little bit with that. And if we have to figure out exactly how to handle it, we can go over it in the Discord at some point. This ball's hit on the ground to first, and that's going to end the inning. Another unassisted put out there. We go to the second inning, 1-0 San Francisco. The Orioles are retired 1-2-3. Off of this kid. Who is this guy? All right. Coffee. So the Corbin Burns era is over. And let's acknowledge what exactly happened. We were in a winter where we knew that if we wanted to contend with Felix Bautista unavailable, Yenier Cano not really looking like a guy that could step up and do it, as he started to look a little shaky down the stretch. We needed to go find somebody, and we knew that we only needed them for 1 year. And it's one of those situations where I feel like, as Mike Elias, you're looking and you're like, well, Kimbrel checks off that box. He's only looking for 1 year. He's got postseason experience. We're looking for that. It's a little bit of a price tag, but again, with that experience, you know. But, you know, at the same time, you got to look at some other things, like his gradual decline over recent seasons. The fact that he was the closer for the Phillies last year, and he did not perform well in the postseason. If you talk to Phillies fans, they'll tell you the reason why they got knocked out last year early was because of Craig Kimbrel. And folks, maybe this is just my opinion. It's just my opinion. But the sense I got from Craig Kimbrel during his stint with us was that he had one interest in his mind only, and that was to add to that save total of his and increase his chances of becoming a Hall of Famer. I never really got the sense that he gave much of a damn about what this team was going to do or how far they could go in the playoffs. Because for him, it doesn't really matter. He wants to pad his stats. That's what it felt like to me. McRae hits a grounder to first, and now it's our turn to make an unassisted put out by our first baseman. O'Hearn on the bounce will take it to the bag himself. 1 out. And here comes Schmidt. What's the first name? Clark? Oh, is it bring your pets to the game night? It must be. I'm seeing a lot of dogs in the park. Some beautiful ladies as well, but also... I kid. Casey Schmidt. All right. 209 average, 5 homers, 10 RBI. 0-1 pitch is off the plate outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Casey Schmidt. Hey, folks, do you mind if we do a lag check real quick? This pitch is called a strike, outside edge. I say a number, you type it in, we figure out how much time is between my voice and your response in the chat. The number is this, 3. Type in the number 3 ASAP. Not everyone has to do it, but enough will, and then I'll get an idea. I'm hoping to see that number in 3, 2, 1. There they are. Okay. Somebody typed 4, but we won't hold it against you. The 2-2 pitch is tapped in front of the plate, picked up by McCann, and he zips one to first for the second out of the inning. Boy, McCann. Tell you what, if we're looking for a new arm in the bullpen or something, look at McCann put some zip on that ball right there. 2 down in the inning, and that'll bring up John Boy Walton. We'll eat great pets. We'll eat great pets. We'll eat great pets. Hey, this ball's hit into center field on the first pitch. Mullins going to his right, makes the catch. Inning over. We go to the bottom of the second. 1-0 San Francisco. All right. I don't feel that way, Kevin. I believe me. If I were a White Sox announcer, you bet your bottom dollar I would be pulling a Bob Uecker with the play-by-play. But Springfield, oh, I love The Simpsons. But yeah, I mean, this team's going to the playoffs. We're going to the playoffs, folks. Heston Kjerstad's coming up next. Woo, that's hot. Woo! All right. Gonna have to wait another half inning to take a sip of that again. What else is going on, folks? Are we doing scoreboard watching tonight? If so, what are we looking for? Is that Tigers Royal series still going on today, or is that wrapped up? I mean, the Twins, if anything, the Tigers could eclipse the Twins for that last playoff spot. It's going to be weird, folks. We still have to play Detroit, and we still have to play Minnesota head-to-head, and those are the two teams that are pretty much fighting for that last spot. If we just win one game against each of those guys, that's enough for us to get in, I'm telling you. I mean, we're getting in, folks. We're getting in. Heston Kjerstad. Please, Charm City chat, please, please. Settle down. Kjerstad is at the plate, and he fouls one away. Kjerstad batting .274. I am a diehard fan, but unfortunately, no jerseys are such that traveled with me all the way out here to Thailand. This pitch is way up and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. But I've been through my share of jerseys. When I was really into the Orioles before I started doing Premier League soccer work and had to kind of not follow the team so much for about a solid 10 years. That was during like the Miguel Tejada years, and I had like a few different Miguel Tejada jerseys. I had the classic, I had the orange batting practice Tejada, and I had a World Series baseball classic Tejada jersey from what was that, 2007? Here's a 1-2 pitch to Kjerstad, and that is a breaking ball looked at for called strike 3. Kjerstad caught looking, 1 out. I couldn't bring everything with me, folks. And I do have a football jersey that's mesh, and that's the kind of jersey you can wear out here in this kind of weather. But, folks, a baseball jersey in this weather out here, it just didn't make any sense. So the jerseys and, they are sitting in a duffel bag in a friend's attic somewhere right now. Colton Cowser at the plate with a 1-0 count. Next pitch is fouled off, and the count is 1-1. 243 average. Had a pinch hit in last night's game. Don't forget your milkman emojis, folks. Boy, I think with just a few more new members, I came to realize, by the way, you get new emojis when you hit a certain next level with the memberships, not with just subscribers. So I got to figure out a way to get more of you people as Magic members so that I can double up on the emojis. 2-1 the count on Cowser here. 1 out, nobody on. That pitch is up and away. 3-1. 3-1 on Colton Cowser. Come on, buddy. You look fierce. Gets a piece of this and fouls it away. A 96-mile-an-hour heater, about 3 inches above the zone. Cowser got a piece, stays alive, still a full count. Work these counts, boys. Work these counts. Payoff pitch from Birdsong. Swung on, hit in the air center. Can of corn. And the center fielder makes the catch. 2 down. Ryan O'Hearn hitting 6th in the lineup tonight. Yeah, the Orioles offense last night, they're showing some statistics, and yeah, just a miserable. Here's, oh boy, O'Hearn hits a hard grounder to the left side of the infield. There's only one player anywhere near it with the shift on, but the third baseman was right where he needed to be. He backhands it, pops up, and throws O'Hearn out to win the inning. 2 innings in the books. The Orioles don't have a hit yet, or even a walk. Right? Do we have anything on base? Here we go. It's all good in the hood. Because you know why, folks? It's the time of the season for loving. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. I ain't worried. I ain't worried. I got nothing to worry about. Hey, folks, when Jordan Westburg returns to the team, I'm not saying it's going to immediately turn this team around in the blink of an eye, but I'm telling you right now in my heart of hearts, I mean, you tell me what it was like when Westburg was on this team. And you tell me that we haven't played the worst of our worst since he went down. And you tell me that I didn't say early in this season that Westburg was my boy. There's something about this guy, an important cog in this machine. You take Westburg out of the equation, it's like taking the transmission out of your damn car. What the hell are you supposed to do? I don't know. Am I giving him too much credit? I just can't wait to have Westburg back. Because if anything else, he provides an example of what a good at-bat looks like. I mean, he's not perfect. He's had a couple of bad at-bats. I've seen it. But consistently better than anybody on the team, I think. He takes good at-bats. Here's Curt Casali, number 9 hitter, leading off for the Giants. Takes a called strike, top of the zone. Backup catcher. Small numbers, 179 average, 1 homer, 6 RBI. Ground ball left side, right to Henderson. Should have plenty of time to get the slow-footed Casali, and he does, 1 away. All right. Just give me back my Westburg. Plus, folks, again, this lineup, unbalanced. We're missing 3 infielders, all right-handed, and it's showing. Here's Yastrzemski. First pitch he saw in the ball game, he hit out to right for a home run. Now he looks at a big breaking ball for a called strike. Yastrzemski's had quite the series so far. In last night's game, he had a solo home run plus a RBI single. So 2 homers in 1 game plus 1 at-bat. But right here, he has an 0-2 count and asks for time before Kramer was about to go into his delivery. Folks, in case you forgot what it sounded like, here it is.
Well, west is that way.
Oh, I miss playing that. The 0-2 is low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 second, folks. One, 2 is in the dirt. 2-2. Two pitch. Swung on and missed. Yastrzemski strikes out. Another K for Kramer.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
All right. Lamont Wade Jr. steps in. First pitch is low, ball one. Oh, caffeine. A soda bet. What is that? First of all, the bet would be to get me to drink a soda, which is not going to be easy because I don't drink that crap. It's awful. It's syrupy. It goes flat. Doesn't refresh me at all. It's ugh. This ball's hit on the ground. First base. O'Hearn will flip it now to Kramer for the assist. And that'll end the inning. We go now to the bottom of the third. 1-0 San Francisco. You had a purple crush. Is that like an orange crush? Like a grape flavored crush? You buy a bottle of soda and you have to pour it over your head in the shower. Why in the shower? It'll just immediately rinse itself out, right? I mean, I could pour chocolate syrup on me in the shower and then I just watch it drain off. I am not putting mayonnaise on my body. Sorry. That is disgusting. That is gross. I already have a very sort of love-hate relationship with mayonnaise already. I tolerate mayonnaise, but at the same time, it kind of grosses me out. I got to be honest. I always said, Mom, can we get Miracle Whip instead of, Hellman's? Because it was like sweeter. It was salad dressing, whatever that means. Like you would put Miracle Whip on a salad. Who the hell would do that? Mayo is the new whipped cream. All right. Well, next time I have a lady over, I'll whip out some mayo. We'll have a good time. Duke's is the worst. I remember never having had Duke's mayonnaise before, and my mom had bought a bottle or whatever, and I just spread it onto it like a ham sandwich, like anybody would, thinking, how much different can this be than any other mayonnaise? And I swear I was hurling. Emmanuel Rivera is at the plate to begin the bottom of the third.
Mr. Emmanuel Lewis.
SG, it really sounds like you're just making up the rules as you go along. This pitch is high, 2-0. And what, pray tell, embarrassing act are you willing to do? I'm not putting mayonnaise on my body. Called strike, 2-1. Yeah, Rod, don't worry about it. I challenge you to a bet. Yeah, with you providing all the conditions, sure, SG. Yeah, let me know about your proposed bet. Let's see how that goes. That pitch is on the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rivera batting .224. That's right, Nicholas. Hope is in the house. I'll buy soda and pour it over my head if we lose the series to the Orioles. This is the weakest sounding bet of all time. Do you have a soda sponsor? Is that what I'm picking up on? Is this all to sell some more splurge or something? What's that one drink called? Hey, that's ball 4, folks. Leadoff walk to Emmanuel Rivera.
I'm walking here.
Oh, you don't want to be doing that. Thank you for that. That's not exactly our biggest threat in the lineup, and now you're putting him on for free to lead off the inning. I like that. Here comes a guy by the name of Jackson Holiday. Where are you, buddy? I finally found his drop again. It went missing last night. First pitch to Jackson. And he takes a big cut and a miss on a slider. Holiday's average, yeah, it's there. That one's in the dirt, and Casali had to backhand that one to keep it from getting away, or else we'd have a runner at second base right now. 1-1 the count. It has to be carbonated. All right. So can I use a Fresca? Is Fresca okay? This pitch is upstairs. 2-1. Yeah, if I had to pour something on me, it'd probably be like a ginger ale. You know, not like a Coca-Cola with all that syrup stuff in there. Ugh. 2-1 pitch. And Jackson lays off on a pitch very close to the inside corner. 3-1 the count. Flaming hot Mountain Dew. That sounds like a contradiction in terms, but okay. This ball's hit foul off to the right, full count. Full count. Come on, Charm City chat. If we sweep you, that would be entertaining. Oh, my God. Full count. Rivera at first, nobody down. And the pitch from Birdsong is lined. Base hit right field. Rivera will have to... No, he's going to motor to third. First and third, folks. How about this? We've got a rally cooking. First and third, nobody out. James McCann's going to come up, and we need him to maybe hit a fly ball, get that first run in.
Tough guy. Thinks he's a tough guy.
He's going to have to hit it beyond shallow center because Rivera, again, not too fast of a runner at third. First pitch is upstairs for ball one. Birdsong having some command issues here. He's up to 44 pitches without getting an out yet in the third inning. Next one's low and outside. It's not close. The count is 2-0. McCann has come through in this spot with a runner at third and less than 2 outs 7 out of 12 times. Oh, my God. We're writing full paragraphs, dude. The 2-0 pitch is fouled away. The count is 2-1. That paragraph is already passing me by. I would love for you to say that. Yeah, see, I almost tried to read it. Now it's gone. All right, 2-1 the count. Swing and a miss, 2-2. So wait a minute, SG. I thought you were a Yankee fan. Are you a Giants fan? Are you talking about this series? You want to make a bet about a sweep? How are we supposed to sweep if we already lost the first game? What fan are you of? Hey, that ball's perfectly hit out to right by McCann up against the wall, and it's out of the glove of the right fielder. Rivera will score. Where is Holiday in all of this? He will be stopped at third base. It's an RBI double for James McCann. We've tied up the ball game. Well, then, dude, you're making no sense. Buddy, you want me to have a bet with you about who will sweep who? You already won the first game. We can't sweep you. What are you talking about? 1-1 ball game. Yastrzemski had that ball pop out of his glove as he tried to catch it up against the scoreboard and right. Second and third, still nobody out. Guess who's up?
His name's Gunner, and he's dating my mom.
Top of the order, big bats. And right now, Birdsong is having a talking to.
Let me have a Diablo sandwich of Dr. Pepper. Make it fast. I'm in a goddamn hurry.
Yeah, I think the whole bet talk is over now, buddy. Yeah, and then what do you have to do, buddy? Again, what do you do? I don't get it. It makes no sense, dude. And it ain't happening either way. Gunnar Henderson at the plate. Swing and a miss. Oh, Gerald, it's somebody that's kind of new. I'm engaging them. I can handle it, Gerald. I'll figure it out. I'm still calling the game. Hang in there, buddy. Second and third, nobody out. Gunner with an 0-1 count. It's all good, folks. Don't worry about it. This pitch is on the outside corner. It's 0-2. Okay, sounds great. No, leave it right there because that's it. That's the bet. If the Giants lose 2 out of 3, you'll pour soda over your head. Have fun with it. This pitch is high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Holiday at third. McCann at second. The 1-2. Hit it in the air, but slicing out of play foul. All right, man. Good luck to you. I'm going to go ahead and move on now, okay? As you can see, the rest of everyone else here wants to move on. So here is the 1-2 pitch. That's low, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. There's an Oriole fan in the front row waving his Joe Boo bobblehead. Come on, buddy. Pitch. Way high. Full count. Birdsong completely lost that pitch out of the hand. Full count now. Come on, Gunner. Pitch. Reached for and fouled back on a high fastball. Might have been ball 4. Too close to take. Gunner hangs in there. Still a full count. 55 pitches for Birdsong. He's only gotten 6 outs in the ball game. Another payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. Wow. Gunner. Another high fastball. He just had one and was able to foul it off. For some reason, unable to repeat it. Said Mullins is coming up. Bum Mullins is at the plate.
Well said, now you know what to do.
Come on, man. With Holiday at third, drop one down. Swing and a miss by Said. Come on, guys. Get back in the zone. Get back in the zone. Super chat coming in. Oop.
Message for you, son.
Hang in there, Robert. The 0-1. Swung on, hit on the ground. Second base. This will score a run. Holiday scores on an RBI ground out. It's now a 2-1 Orioles lead. Said Bum Mullins drives in the go-ahead run. Super chat coming in from Robert Prescott. He says, thanks again. You're welcome, Robert. Every game, every night, you're welcome. Anthony Santander.
That's not a tater tot, that's a tater giant.
And the first pitch to him is high for ball 1. What's a lead? Is this real life? I know, folks. I know. We all have to decompress. It's like getting the bends, you know. We've been deep down in the ocean, and now we're being brought back up to the surface, but we have to do it gradually, or we'll get the bends. 2-0 the count on Santander. Pitch. Check swing roller, and the third baseman cutting off the shortstop makes the play, and Tony is retired. But the Orioles score twice. They have moved from a losing position to a winning position. And guess what? It was done large in part to the bottom of the order getting things started. Emmanuel Rivera with the leadoff walk, and that came back to bite. He came around the score on the McCann double, and then Jackson Holliday came in to score on a Ced Mullins RBI ground out. All right. We head to the fourth. Orioles 2, Giants 1. How about that, huh?
Oh boy, is this great!
Hear me? Don't bring me down, folks. Don't bring me down. We'll see if I get a... Oh, by the way, speaking of copyright claims, folks, I'm going to have to stop singing 25 different songs in one stream. I spent about 2 hours removing... if you go back and watch yesterday's game, I don't know why you would. We lost 10-0. But you'll see that there's no longer a chat. Once I have to edit out stuff, the live chat replay has to just get removed. But yeah, several clips of your boy singing somewhat mediocre. This isn't the first time, folks. I got by Soft Cell and Tainted Love about, 2 months ago? But hey, it was worth it. I needed to sing for my own well-being last night watching that game. All right, SG, I'm done, SG. I'm done. I'm good luck to the video. Sounds fun. But this is an Orioles-Giants play-by-play game, not a let's talk about a bet for 3 hours game. Okay, buddy? First pitch of the top of the fourth is fouled away by Helio Ramos. I mean, perhaps just move on to a new topic? I don't know. Just a thought. The 0-1 is line past Gunnar Henderson in the left center field for a base hit. Ramos is on with a leadoff single in the top of the fourth. Third hit for the Giants. Or maybe that's the fourth hit. Make that the fourth. Nope, third hit. Third hit. All right. One from Yaz, one from Conforto, who's up to hit right now, and that one from Ramos. So Conforto at the plate, nobody out. Ramos at first. Hey, Robert, I was on top of it, wasn't I? SG, I will say one more thing. I'll watch it, all right? But drop it, okay? This pitch is swung on and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. Everybody else in chat has been ready for you to drop it now for 10 minutes. I'm trying to be cool about it, but now it's over, okay? Drop it, please. The 1-1 pitch to Conforto is low, 2-1. All right, let's take a look. It's fine, dude. It's just I tried to move on and you weren't moving on. So, okay, thanks. 3-1 the count right now. It's all good, folks. Let's just let's be good. This could it passed a diving Holiday into right field. That ball is just 2 feet to the left. It's a routine double play, but unfortunately it gets past Holiday to his left side, and now we've got 2 on and nobody out. Ball not hit all that hard by Conforto. So the Giants are immediately back on the offensive, and now we are in a bit of trouble here. They've got the tying run in scoring position, nobody out, and the go-ahead run at first. Tyler Fitzgerald coming up to hit. The pitch is called a strike, knee high on the outer half of the plate. Is this giving away too much? We can try to hang out here. A bunt attempt, and Kramer backhands it and throws, I don't know what he was thinking there. Perfectly placed bunt, and folks, we've got the bases loaded, nobody out. Fitzgerald lays one down. Kramer had to go all the way to the third base line. And, not too many pitchers are able to make a play out of it. But for whatever reason, I don't know if he double clutched or he just wasn't certain about throwing, but he went ahead and threw anyway. But by then, he knew it was too late. So we are in trouble. What are all these messages? I got to see at least one of these just to see what this idiot's been saying several times. Orioles lost. Oh, that's incredible. That's incredible, man. Incredible insight. McRae at the plate, and this is a dribbler. Go home, go home. They flip it, and they get the out at home. Wait, did you say safe? What? Safe? Are you out of your goddamn mind? The umpire says McCann's foot was not on the plate when he caught this flip from Kramer. Bullshit! Ump, are you on crack? Oh, his foot isn't touching. His foot is not touching. Oh, it isn't touching. It isn't touching the whole time. Oh, my God. You can't challenge it, guys. He never had the foot on the plate. He never had the foot on the plate. Unbelievable. 2-2 ball game. Still nobody out with the bases loaded. Here's a pitch off the plate. Check swing. He went around. This is Schmidt at the plate now. Oh, just an absolute mental lapse by James McCann, not having the presence of mind to know that that foot was not touching the plate. Oh, my God. 1-1 now, the count. I mean, he had it right there, parallel with the plate, like just 1 inch off, but it was not touching. This pitch is low. 2-1. I mean, that is rough. I mean, just to have the opportunity, bases loaded, nobody out, to get a ball right there at the plate and be able to make a play at home and get the force, I mean, that's already like a blessing. And then that happens. That is rough. 2-2 now after a foul ball off to the left. 2-2 ball game, top of the fourth. The Orioles took a lead, and they've given it, well, they've let a tie now happen, but they are on the verge of giving the lead back to the Giants here. Bases loaded, nobody out, 2-2 pitch. Swung on, hit hard, and past the diving glove of Rivera. 2 runs are going to score. It's 4-2 San Francisco. A 2 RBI knock for who is this guy? 4-2 Giants, folks. Yeah, book duck. Sometimes it works out well. Every night is different, you know. Ah, boy. Still nobody out in the inning. First and second, and the number 8 hitter, Walton, at the plate, and he takes up and away, and that pitch wasn't close. One 0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got a splitter there from Kramer. And Walton swung over it. What is a little bit of our own medicine? What does that even mean? You know what, dude? I've had enough. Just leave. All right? Enjoy your soda video. Good Christ. I'm sitting here actually trying to be civil with you. I've given you a giant leash. And then you're going to talk smack like that? Get lost. By the way, your team stinks. Your payroll's twice the size of ours, and your team stinks, and you're not going to the playoffs. So go to the store right now, pick yourself up about a dozen 2-liters, and take a giant bath in soda. All right, buddy? Take a soda bath. 2-2 the count on Walton. God damn, I gave you 500 chances. 500 chances, you dope. The 2-2 pitch is low, full count. God. Folks, sometimes between doing broadcasts, I sit there to myself and I go, BW, try to be a little more tolerable. Try to be a little more tolerable. Here's a ball hit to Holiday. Could be 2. Second for 1. Back to first. Double play, I think. So that gets 2 outs, and the remaining runner on base is at third. All right, folks, we might be able to get out of this with it 4-2. Here's that double play button for you. Oh, my God. Gerald. Okay, Gerald. All right. You win, Gerald. I'll get you a gold star. I'll put it right next to your name. I know, buddy. Again, I'm explaining myself, which is I'm trying to be a little more tolerable to people like that. Here's a ball hit to Gunnar Henderson. He'll throw to first, and the inning is over. Zach Eflin had a rough inning. He gives up 3 runs, but it could have been a lot worse. And this game is not yet over, considering how Birdsong has looked to me so far. And look how cute this dog is. We are going to the bottom of the 4th. It's the Giants 4, the Orioles 2. Yeah, folks, if we were facing Blake Snell right now, I would be very worried. I'd be ecstatic that we scored 2 runs off of him to begin with, but yeah. The way this kid's looked so far, I'm not going to freak out about it. Not yet. Not freaking out. Not going to do it. Not going to do it. Folks, it's time for a special lucky.
I mean, you know I'm a Lucky Strike man from way back, so.
Why do I feel the need to be more tolerable towards people like... Well, first of all, Slater, when you say people like that, everybody as human beings, I think it's all our responsibility to give everybody a chance. And we all have our, gauge of how long of a chance you give somebody, right? Maybe for some people, that guy, 3 comments in, you're done. Maybe I give people a little bit more time. Yeah, you say trolls, but look, Slater, I dealt with it, all right? And if you want to continue talking about it, I could say that you're trolling me about talking about this, right? It's over. We're moving on, right? The whole point was you wanted to move on, right? Have we not done that? Up to you. I'll be right back. Heston Kjerstad is at the plate. Swing and a miss on the first pitch. Next pitch is hit on the ground hard, but right to first base. Flip to the pitcher. 1 out. I'm talking about 2 liters from Giant, the grocery store Giant. Okay, Safeway 2 liters. How about that? Folks, allow me, please, to just do this, okay? Every night is different. This is 152 games I'm into this. So if you want to go back and look at about 450 hours of me calling games, I think you'll find that I handle this okay. All right? Don't worry about it. If you guys want to keep talking about it, the onus is on you for continuing to talk about it. 2-0 the count. Check swing. He did not go. And Cowser has a 3-0 count right now. I mean, I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm ready to move on. Make it ball 4.
I'm walking here. I'm walking here.
Cowser's on. Ryan O'Hearn is up.
Lights on. Let's turn and burn.
First pitch just catches the top of the outside corner of the zone for called strike 1. O'Hearn grounded out his first time up. Runner at first, 1 out. Swinging a high chop, Baltimore chop. And wait a minute. Are you sure he's out? Okay, if we haven't used a challenge yet, hold on here. Freddie Gonzalez has picked up the phone. This was very close. You knew it would be close as soon as that ball was chopped so high in the air. And, oh, we got beat. We got beat. Damn it, they executed that perfectly. So close. Well, a runner moves up to second base with 2 down. Emmanuel Rivera is up.
Mr. Emmanuel Lewis.
And he gets into one to left. Come on, keep going back. Keep going back. Oh, God, any other ballpark, it's off a wall. Instead, it's a long out at the edge of the track to left. And the Orioles leave a man in scoring position. We go to the 5th, 4-2 San Francisco. It's almost like Charm City Chat doesn't know what to talk about except previous subject. And yet the whole point was for me to stop talking. It's amazing. Human beings. I'm never going to figure it out. I'm never going to know. I think I understood people better when I was 10 years old. The older I get, the less I know. All right. 5th inning coming up. This Yankee-Seattle series, is that concluding tonight? It must be. It was a West Coast trip for New York. They probably didn't play on Monday, right? There it is. Okay, so at 9:40 p.m., Yankees, Mariners. Pardon me if I take a look at their pitching matchup. Nestor against Bryce Miller. All right, Bryce Miller, pretty good, guys. I mean, look at that. 3.12 ERA, a whip of under 1. Bryce Miller, quite good. Oh, they've already got the lineups out. Glaber, Soto, Judge, Wells, Chisholm, Dominguez, Rizzo, Volpe, Verdugo, Rodriguez, Raleigh, Rosarena, Turner, Polanco, Garver, Crawford, Haniger, Moore. Yeah. Come on, Seattle. Come on, Seattle. Oh, what's this? I guess I don't need that here now. I can move that back over here. Or, better yet, first pitch here to Yastrzemski's fouled away off to the right. A lady is being interviewed with this extremely cute dog. This dog is just too darn cute for words. I got nothing to say about this dog. It's just too darn cute. The 0-1 to Yastrzemski is a chopper foul, right-hand side, just along the foul side of the first base line. 0-2 the count. Folks, we are a dirty dozen away from hitting 2,200 subscribers, which would be nice considering I'm averaging about one a day for this past week. Yastrzemski fouls this 0-2 pitch back. Count remains no balls, 2 strikes. Derek, what are we saying here? Again, I've moved on, but you're still talking about it. It's so hypocritical. It's killing me. It's killing me. You want me to not pay attention to stuff, but yet you guys keep referencing what has already transpired. Am I supposed to ignore your comments as well about it? Help me out. Help me make sense. There's a swing and a miss. Kramer strikes out whoever the hell that was. Yastrzemski strikes out, and Lamont Wade Jr. up to hit. I mean, folks, at least, be consistent with what you want. You're kind of annoying your boy here, which I'm sure will then be reflected, and then I'm annoying you guys. It's a snake eating its own head right now. It's not good. 1-1 the count on Lamont Wade Jr. Next pitch from Kramer. Check swing. It looks like he went. They appeal. And the ump says what? The count is yet to change on the screen. Looks like it's 1-1. I'll make it 1-2. They just... Okay, so it was a swing. Took them a while. This pitch is inside, and the count moves to 2-2. Next pitch, swing and a miss. Down goes Wade Jr.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
That looked like another splitter there from Kramer. Splitter's been looking good tonight. That ball started middle and just dropped about 3-4 inches below the plate. Yeah, he's thrown it 31. Yeah, it's been his most used pitch tonight. 31% of the time. 21% cutter, 20% sinker. Helio Ramos takes ball 1. 1 for 2, singled and scored his last time up. And a check swing foul. A pitch Ramos never wanted to even offer at. It was way up and in, but it hit the bat. That's a foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. Called strike at the bottom of the zone. The count is 1-2. Bases empty, 2 down, top of the 5th. The Giants ahead 4-2. Second game of a 3-game series. San Francisco won last night. This pitch is fouled away. Still a ball and 2 strikes. 68 pitches for Kramer here with 2 out in the 5th. Here comes the 1-2 in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Next pitch. Swung on and missed, and Kramer, did he just strike out the side in this inning? He might have.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Well, that'll work. I mean, yeah, he struck out Yaz. Yeah. Dean Kramer strikes out the side in order. I think that deserves something for that 3 spot.
3 is a magic number. Yes, it is.
All right, folks. Can we just wipe the slate clean right now? Look. Playoffs are coming. And if we were going into the playoffs red hot, we would all be feeling super confident right now. We'd be joking and laughing and just cutting it up. But I understand. We are heading for a playoffs with a team right now that is not playing all that great. Okay? I mean, you can even say, if you're going to use last night as a sample size, we're playing poorly. All right? So I get it. You guys are probably feeling tense and nervous and frustrated about what may come. You might be worried about the Orioles just playing 2 games in a wild card, losing them both, and going home, and it's not even the 5th of October yet. I get it. I have all of those feelings too. Like, they bounce around in my head, but I have to make sense of it all. I have to put everything into perspective, okay? That's what we all have to do. Put everything into perspective. And I'm not saying we're all going to come to the same conclusion, and we're not going to always agree. But I'm trying to provide an atmosphere for following these Orioles for this season that's one that has hope, one that is, it's a community thing here. I want us all to feel some enjoyment out of all this. Because, look, folks, I'm going to break it to you. Just like every other team going into October, how many teams make it? What is it? 12? We've got a 1 in 12 chance. We've got a less than 10% chance of winning it all. All right? Just like every other damn team in the damn playoffs. Because there is no one juggernaut team. I'm sorry. Anybody can win this thing. Anybody getting into these playoffs, if you tell me they've won the World Series a month from now, I'm not going to be shocked. Nobody gave the Rangers a chance last season. It's just... By the way, we've already got 1 out in the inning. Sorry, Jackson Holiday fly ball out. Sorry about that. James McCann at the plate right now with 1 away. And he takes low for ball 1. Daniel, I'm glad you feel that way. I am trying to all sports are rigged due to gambling. What? Oh, see, this is what I'm talking about. I can't even. This pitch is low. 2-0 the count on McCann. Oh, shit. Oops, I didn't mean to swear. This pitch is fouled away as McCann loses the bat. 2 balls, 1 strike. We've got a message.
Message for you, son.
Derek Holmes says, when we take the lead, grab a Scooby snack. Yeah. Like, what are we going to do in the playoffs? Like, we're totally not ready. Yeah. No chance in hell. I know, guys. I know. Here we go. 2-1 the count on McCann. Thank you for that, Derek. There's a called strike. Out count even at 2-2.
And I want to thank you very much for that. I really do.
McCann had an RBI double his last time up. Pitch. Swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt. And that'll be the second out of the fifth. Back to the top of the order for Gunnar Henderson. Almost as good as Gunnar's. Play each clip side by side. Do a random poll. I've heard Gunnar's. It's okay. I've been doing that impression before he was in diapers. Give me a break. Want to know the count on Gunnar. The 1-0. Curveball just clips the top of the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike. Not a pitch you're looking for. Two down, nobody on. 1-1 to Gunnar. Upstairs with a heater this time. 2-1. Shaggy was a stoner? I refuse to hear that kind of slander in my chat. I know Shaggy and I speak of his character. I'm a witness. Swing and a miss. 2-2 on Gunnar. Boy, Gunnar, you just hope that performance last night at the plate against Blake Snell isn't in his head, because he did not look good there. He's had a couple swings and misses here against Birdsong already tonight and a strikeout. 2-2 pitch. That one's hit hard. Line drive, base hit in the right field. A 2-out single for Gunnar. Let's try to get a 2-out rally started here, folks. Gunnar really needed that. Get that confidence back up a little bit. Nice hard hit ball. Sprayed in the right. I didn't get an exit velo off of it, but I can tell you that was over 100. Oh, there it is. 109, folks. 109 off the bat. That ball was tattooed. Here comes Said the Bum Mullins.
Well said, now you know what to do.
Speed on first. Speed at the plate. I'd love to see Gunnar get into scoring position. All right. First pitch is high. Fastball. Not a good pitch to run on. Glad Gunnar didn't. 1-0. Tony is looming on deck. Pitch. Oh, Said went on an inside pitch. Is this going to be caught? It will. Look out. Oh, they collide. The second baseman and the right fielder. But the second baseman holds on. Damn it. And it's so tough because Said's out. Splits up the bats between Gunnar and Tony. Gunnar gets on. Tony left stranded. He'll lead off next. That was the worst time to get an out like that. Man. How many times do you see that play develop and you just know that ball's going to drop? Well, not this time. We head to the 6th inning, 4-2 San Francisco. By the way, I'm turning off my AC. It is nice and chilly out this morning. I say chilly for here. But we had a lot of rain last night. And you can just feel that fresh after rain air that's not humid because the sun isn't all the way up yet. It's great. I'm turning off the AC. I'll be right back. All right. Top of the sixth. There we go. Dean Kramer still out there. First pitch is a fastball. About an inch above the zone, but he gets the call for strike one on Michael Conforto, who's 2 for 2 tonight. A couple of singles. This pitch is ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. That one's in the dirt, 2-1. Shirt idea? What does that say? Oshevitz? But it has to be O, like the Oriole O, or like a hyphen Shevitz. Oh, that ball's crushed. If it's fair, it's gone, and it's gone. Conforto 3 for 3 tonight. He has got Dean Kramer's number, no doubt about it. That was a line drive. The only question was it going to stay high enough to get over the flag court. It did. And that ball got out of here in a damn hurry. 17th home run of the season for Conforto. 5-2 Giants. I mean, that ball left faster than me leaving my brother's bedroom after he cuts a gasser. I mean, that ball got out of there. 0-1 pitch to Fitzgerald. Low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, I'm going to need a lucky now. Hell yeah. Give me a lucky. Give me a lucky. 1-1 pitch. That's called a strike. Bottom of the zone. 77 pitches for Kramer. Nobody out in the 6th. Should we have brought him back out for the 6th? I don't know. We have been using a lot of the bullpen lately. Suarez wasn't able to go very long yesterday. Swing and a miss here, and that's a strikeout. Fitzgerald goes down.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
The why, I think, Jonathan, is something we've been talking about now for quite a while. There's a lot of reasons. They're not excuses, but they are reasons. Here's a swing and a miss by McRae. And the count is 0-1. 1 out, nobody on with a run in. 5-2 Giants, top of the 6th. Curveball hit on the ground hard, but just fouled down the right field line. 80 pitches now for Kramer. The ball girl apparently had to run all the way down to the corner to get that stray ball, and we got a little bit of a delay here. The pitch. Up and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We're going to the playoffs. Swing and a miss. Kramer gets another strike. I mean, the strikeout pitch is there.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Unfortunately, Kramer has given up a couple of long balls and has gotten really hit hard by Conforto. And then there's this guy, Schmidt, who had that big 2-run single. That really broke our back. I know these other guys. I don't know this dude. But he came up with a big 2-run single. Up there now, 2 down, nobody on. Schmidt with a 1-0 count. Takes a curveball off the plate, 2-0. How do I know we're going to make it? I don't know, because we're, 6.5 games up on the Tigers for the last playoff spot? And even though we play them head to head, God forbid, if we win one of those games, And then at the same time, the Twins are still battling. The Tigers might just replace the Twins anyway, and then the Twins don't make it. It's just there's too many teams playing each other, or it's going to work out. It's going to work out. Here's a fly ball. Mullins makes the catch, and the inning is over. We go to the bottom of the 6th, 5-2 San Francisco. Probably the end of the night for Kramer, I would assume. 5 runs, a couple of homers. Hitting instructors. Sure, why not? What's that? I need to say what for it to be applicable. I've missed a whole lot of chat tonight, folks. I hope you can understand. I'm doing my level best to, I guess, maybe I did but you got to understand, folks. If you're sitting here in this chair and you're watching chat roll on by and you're trying to call a ball game, your eyes are only going to pick up certain stuff out of the corner of your eye. And you want to be able to engage with the chat. And you don't want to play favorites and just talk to the same people over and over again. So I have to take all these considerations when I just make a brief look over at the chat and decide, do I want to say something about this, that, or the other? All right. So I'm not trying to ignore anybody out there, and I'm also not trying to, over talk to anybody or whatever, Hang in there with me, folks. Hold on. I got to lean away to light this up. I'm too embarrassed. I have to use 2 lighters because they're both low on fluid. So I have to use the gas of one and the flint from the other. And it looks like I'm a crack addict when I do that. And I just prefer to do it off camera. So thanks. There, that wasn't that hard. All right. Folks, bottom of the 6th. Tony's up at the plate. Let's see what we can do.
That's not a tater tot, that's a tater giant.
First pitch is fouled off to the right. I mean, we really do need to put something on the board here because Birdsong, they're throwing him back out there. He's on 84 pitches. He's already shown that he can be gotten to if we can just have some good at-bats here. This pitch is foul back. Tony's in an 0-2 hole. Folks, get those taters up. Get them taters up. Oh, and 2 the count. Swung on, popped straight up, but out of play behind the home plate. You may be right. I may be crazy. But it just may be a lunatic you're looking for. Uh-oh, I put too many of these in. Sorry about that. Folks, the views here have gone down considerably as well. This pitch is in the dirt. And I'm taking that in stride. I'm sitting here watching my channel basically sink this past week. I'll take that in stride. 1-2 the count on Anthony Santander. And this one's hit on the ground toward the left side. Third baseman, this throw is off the bag, but the first baseman able to tag the runner. And Tony is out. 1 down in the 6th. Yeah, it's a decent song. Heston Kjerstad's up next, folks. Please. Yeah, you would think, Sam. You would think. Pitch. Popped up by Kjerstad, out of play. 0-1 the count. Kjerstad's 0 for 2 tonight. He had 2 hits last night, and he didn't even start the game. He had 2 of the 4 hits in the ball game after coming on as a pinch hitter. This one sprayed to left, but right at the left fielder Ramos for the catch. Man, oh Shevitz. You hit a ball opposite field to left in this ballpark, and there's just so much real estate out there, but he hits this ball right at the left fielder. Anywhere but right there would have been good. 2 down in the inning, Colton Cowser's up. First pitch to him is called a strike, and that looked inside. Birdsong is on the verge of going through 6 innings of 2-run ball. I mean, only 1 inning have we really given him trouble. This ball's low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Appreciate it, Bruce. Whoa, something just flashed black on my screen. Did you guys see that? That looked like some kind of virus thing or something. God, I hope that wasn't something weird. The Giants have somebody getting loose, a left-hander by the name of Miller. So he looks to be the replacement once Birdsong's night is over. That pitch is inside to Cowser. Moves the count now to 3 balls, 1 strike. Let's see, after Cowser, is there a right-hander? No, it's another lefty O'Hearn. So I would assume Birdsong is going to face 1 more batter after this at most. And that is a line drive base hit into right field by Cowser. Gosh darn it, we keep starting rallies when there's already 2 down. But let's see what we can do here. Let's see if they'll keep Birdsong in for... Yeah, you got the lefty. Yeah, here he comes. So, yeah, the lefty coming in to face O'Hearn. So now we're going to turn around and do what? Pinch hit with Kobe Mayo? I wouldn't use Mayo unless you just want to... But that would be the eventual defensive replacement. We'll see what we do here. I doubt Ryan O'Hearn is going to face this left-hander coming in. Call to the bullpen by the Giants. 5-2 San Francisco. The Orioles are batting in the bottom of the 6th. 2 out in the inning with a runner at first base. Birdsong goes 5 2/3. 2 runs given up, and another runner his responsibility. The Bell Atlantic called to the bullpen. Yeah, Jonathan, I don't think O'Hearn's going to be sticking in here. It's just nobody we really have right now is doing the job that is right-handed. Jimenez isn't hitting. Mayo isn't hitting. Slater. Oh, Adley. Yeah, you could. But the thing is, it's too early in the ball game and not big enough of a spot, Michael. Wouldn't you agree? Like, wouldn't you want to see Adley? If we're going to come back, we're probably going to have a situation a little more. I mean, there's already 2 out, and there's only 1 guy on, and he's at first base. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think Adley, if this were the 9th inning, he would be the... If we had to pick the best choice, yeah, I'd want Adley to hit against the left-hander. But I think I'd rather hold on to that weapon for a situation a little more with a little more of a potential payoff than this one does. Eric Miller is on. My guess would be Mayo, but I don't know what we're going to get out of him. Is O'Hearn stepping in? Well, that just goes to show you the confidence Brandon Hyde has, because that's the obvious switch if you're going to make it, because Mayo stays in and plays first base. Ryan O'Hearn is going to hit, folks. Let's turn and burn. Why not?
Lights on. Let's turn and burn.
Let's see how this goes. He goes after the first pitch to left field. Is it going to stay fair? It will. It gets down, and with 2 down, Cowser hits third. Cowser's rounding home, and there will be no throw. A 2-out, RBI double from Ryan O'Hearn off of a lefty, folks. I like it. Hey now.
It's magic. You know. It's magic.
All right, well, that settles that. If a lefty comes in and O'Hearn is in the game and Mayo is an option, stick with O'Hearn. 2 down. Here's Emmanuel Rivera. First pitch is fouled away off to the right.
Mr. Emmanuel Lewis.
Hey, credit to Brandon Hyde. Credit to Brandon Hyde because normally throughout the season, it's an automatic pinch hit for O'Hearn in that spot. But in that time, he said, no, I want O'Hearn to hit here. This pitch is in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. So, folks, no matter how you feel about Brandon Hyde and some of the bad decisions you might see, and I've pointed them out when they do happen, you got to point them out when they're good. You got to point them out. Right move. It's a 2-run ball game right now. 2 out in the bottom of the 6th. 1-1 count on Rivera. Pitch. Swung on, hit on the ground, and a diving stop by the third baseman. He's not going to have a throw, though. He's not going to have a play at all, folks. This inning will continue. O'Hearn gets to third base. The tying runs are on. Folks, I think Holiday is due up next. Now, I do think you got a pinch hit here. Don't you? Holiday does have a hit tonight. Yep, Austin Slater is going to pinch hit. Austin Slater is going to pinch hit right now, folks.
Hey, who are you kidding, Preppy?
Let's see if this move can pay off for us. Folks, we need this. First and third, 2 down. The first pitch to Slater, swing and a miss. He chased one, a slider that broke low and in, mostly low. Slater was a member of this Giants team before moving over here at the trade deadline. This pitch is low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Or I think it wasn't at the deadline. Wasn't he a pickup? Did they waive him? I can't remember. I can't remember how that went down. The Orioles have a pair of lefties getting loose. Soto and Perez in the bullpen. 1-1 pitch. High. 2-1. 2-1 to Slater. Slater may be due for a home run, but it's a tough park for a right-hander that's not known for a lot of power to do it in here at Camden Yards. His best shot is probably an opposite field shot. We've got a bit of a timeout here. Pitcher steps off. 2-1 the count. 2 down, runners at the corners. Pitch. Low. Taken by Slater. Ball 3. All right, Austin. Look for one location and or one style of pitch. If it's anything else, just take it. And then start fighting it off. 3-1. He took it. It was a perfect pitch. Started off the plate and broke off the outside corner for a called strike. Full count now. Slater asks for time. Come on, Charm City chat. We are so frickin' due for some magic. Payoff pitch. 2 down. Swing and a miss. Slater goes down. Here's the one thing I'll say. That's when I would have used Rutschman. The Orioles do get a run to wipe off the run the Giants scored in the top half of the inning. We now are back to trailing by 2. as we head to the 7th inning. That was the spot to use Adley because at that point you got the tying runs on, and the fact is you're pinch hitting for Holiday. So if you're going to pinch hit Holiday for Slater, Slater is going to be immediately taken out of the game because he can't play second base. So if you're willing to use a pinch hitter that is only going to be used to pinch hit and then immediately taken out of the game, that's when you use Adley, especially with a lefty on the mound. But what do I know? Anybody agree, or am I off base with that? I don't know. I mean, on the one hand, he kept O'Hearn in there, and you got to give him credit. But I definitely would have gone Rutschman over Slater in that spot. Ah, boy. There's still a long way to go, folks. That's just Act 2. We've got all of Act 3 ready to go here. Boy, I tell you what, I was talking about how cool the air was. Now that sun is starting to poke through. You can see probably my room brightening up. This no AC thing may not be for long. I don't know, Jonathan. It's a website. Sometimes things happen. Somebody has to control this thing. Maybe they want to take a pee break and they'll fix it here in a minute. I'm not too worried about it. Or just kept Holiday in. Well, I mean, I get the move. It's a huge spot. I do want the right-handed matchup. Adley crushes left-handed pitching. That was the spot to use him. Here's Gregory Soto on in relief for the Orioles here. Let's hope he can give us a nice inning of work and keep this game where it is. 5 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Giants. 3 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for the Orioles. This is the 61st appearance of the season, and a swing and a miss on the first pitch to Walton. 96 miles an hour on that pitch. And I'm not sure if that was the straight fastball. Donovan Walton. Okay. Can I remember the name Donovan? I'll try. This one's off the plate. Looks like a slider. 1-1 the count on Donovan Walton. 0 for 2 so far tonight. That's a called strike. The heater at 96. Levon Soto is on to replace Jackson Holiday at second base. The 1-2 is low and in. Yeah, folks, I don't think I've even talked about the light count or anything for like several games in a row. Swing and a miss. Soto gets the strikeout.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
I guess, folks, my main focus has not been about the growth of my own channel. My main focus for the last several games is just trying to keep the spirits up of the people that are here. Because you guys are important to me. I hope you understand that. And I don't mean important in terms of channel success. I mean important in terms of the fact that if you're spending time with me and you're listening to my input about this team, I want to, I want to motivate you guys. I want you to, I just want you to have a good peace of mind. Even though there are plenty of reasons to get frustrated and have legit criticisms, I understand that. But I feel like that's all I've been trying to do lately. This pitch is going to be hitting the center field by Casali for a 1-out single. Not hit all that hard, but back up the middle. He is on base, and now back to the top of the order for the Giants, Yastrzemski. Okay, so tomorrow is an afternoon game. Oh, I'm going to have to be up at what? Is this a midnight game for me? Is that 2 a.m. for me, or what is that? I think it's 2 a.m. for me. Wait, no, it should be midnight, right? I might have to take a look at this. Folks, we got a 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern start for the final game of the series tomorrow. Yastrzemski takes outside 1-0. I need to take a quick peek at this, folks. Pardon me. I got to know. This one's hit on the ground to first. O'Hearn goes to second, and that's the only play they'll have because he was far off the bag. The pitcher was nowhere near to cover. So that'll be a fielder's choice for Yastrzemski, who takes over for Casali at first. So Giants get a bit of a speed upgrade there, if nothing else. Yep, look at that. 5 minutes after midnight. So it's like another doubleheader. Folks, if I'm wearing the same clothes for tomorrow's game, just keep in mind it's still the same day for me. All right? Folks, 11 away. Thank you to 2189. Lamont Wade Jr. takes a pitch low and away for ball one. Runner at first, 2 down, top of the 7th. The Giants ahead 5-3. Wade Jr. is 0 for 3 tonight. Folks, by the way, take a look. Here's a swing and a line drive base hit in the right. That is going to move Yastrzemski from first to third with 2 down. All right, who's up? Because Soto doesn't have to stay in any longer than he needs to. He's given up a couple of hits here. If there's a righty coming up, I hope we got somebody ready. But yeah, folks, take a look on your screen right there. You've got the pitching matchups, and here's Brandon Hyde coming to make the move. It's almost like I know what the hell I'm talking about. So now that we have this break in the action, let's talk. Sure, Bruce, go ahead and vent. Vent away. Talk to the rest of Charm City chat. I'm sure they'll engage you on that. So here you go, folks. I'm just going to go over all the pitching matchups coming up until the very end of the season. Tomorrow, Zach Eflin will be on the mound to face Logan Webb, who's also a very good pitcher. So the bats, man, oh, Shevitz. By the way, I have to go back. You guys are talking something about merch. I never read any of it, though, except the Shevitz part. Okay, so after that, folks, coming up against Detroit this weekend. Friday night, Corbin Burns against Montero. Saturday, we'll have Cade Povich against Olson. What's the first name of that guy? I don't know. And then Albert Suarez on Sunday facing Casey Mize. Okay? The big series in the Bronx starting next Tuesday night. Game 1, Dean Kramer against Marcus Stroman. Game 2, Zach Eflin against Nestor Cortez Jr. So this has changed. This has changed since yesterday because Garrett Cole, Clark Schmidt is going to start the third game, was originally scheduled to start game 2 with Garrett Cole starting game 3. But guess what? I think they've bumped Garrett Cole. They've bumped Garrett Cole. They have a day off between now and then, and that's what they're going to do because that's the only reason why he wouldn't be pitching in this series. That's pretty damning after what happened to him not long ago against the Red Sox. But anyway, back to the matchups. Dean Kramer against Marcus Stroman in the first game in the Bronx. Zach Eflin against Nestor Cortez Jr. And then finally Corbin Burns against Clark Schmidt. And then finally at Minneapolis, we travel. It's going to be Cade Povich against Pablo Lopez, Albert Suarez against a guy named Matthews, and then you would expect Dean Kramer to finish it out because it's his turn next. Unlisted for now, but Dean Kramer going to pitch the final game of the regular season. So 2 down, by the way. Matt Bowman in relief. Runners at the corners. Helio Ramos at the plate. First pitch is a strike. And the next one is outside. A 1-1 the count. You guys digest all of that? The 1-1 pitch. That one's fouled at the plate. 1-2. Might have got a piece of McCann there. And I'm going to guess it did because the home plate umpire is doing one of those classic stall tactics. He's wiping off home plate, even though there's no real reason, just to give McCann a moment to recover if he got hit by that pitch. 1-2 the count. By the way, folks, I just realized. Let's see this next. Oh, throw over to first base. I mean, apparently it was established last night that my singing voice has the ability to control all dogs on God's green earth. Much like, who's that guy, Ben, who can control all the rats? I'm a Pied Piper. So if all these dogs are in the stadium right now, by the way, second base was just stolen with Ramos at the plate. So now it's second and third. Wade Jr. with that steal. 2-2 pitch, upstairs ball 3. So yeah, if I've got the ability to control the dogs, how can I get my voice broadcast out into the ballpark right now? Because I could get all these dogs to just storm the field. And here's a swing and a miss. Matt Bowman gets a strikeout and a big one to get out of the jam.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
All right. 7th inning stretch time in Baltimore. Folks, we're running out of home games. We're running out of chances to throw some cakes on the griddle. Cakes. That's what I'm talking about.
Thank God I'm a country boy. Thank God I'm a country boy. Thank God I'm a country boy. Thank God I'm a country boy.
All right, folks. Check it out. We got a break in the action. Let's push to 100 likes. Would that be okay, please? I'm going to actually bring it up for the one and only time tonight. It's not a priority for me, even though it should be. Most YouTubers, all they really care about is the like count, the sub count, how many donations are coming in, what's my revenue. Yeah, that's all well and good. I want this channel to succeed. But guess what? My number one priority right now is to try and keep us from going crazy as we head to the playoffs, all right? This is too hot now. I made a mistake. Time to turn the AC back on. I'll be back in a minute. Wow, that lasted about 20 minutes. Folks, when you get 20 minutes of cool breeze in Thailand, you enjoy it, but it doesn't last long. All right, we're underway in the bottom of the 7th inning. James McCann at the plate. Sean Helly is on the pitch. And both pitches are off the plate outside. 2-0 the count on McCann.
Tough guy. Thinks he's a tough guy.
Swing and a miss on a pitch with some nasty movement at 94 miles an hour. What the hell was that? That was a sinker. All right, so that's his nasty pitch. Sinker, cutter, and a knuckle curve. are the 3 pitches from this guy. That one is outside. 3 balls and a strike. How about this? McCann gets on base. Pinch run with Adley. He just drew ball 4.
I'm walking here. I'm walking here.
Oh, we got a very big run on to begin the inning, but he's not very quick. I hope he doesn't start a log jam here. We got Gunnar Henderson coming up.
His name's Gunnar, and he's dating my mom.
First pitch, taken for a strike on that sinker. That sinker really moves at the very end. It drops toward the right-handed hitter's box. That one's inside. 1 ball, 1 strike on Gunnar. 1 for 3. A base hit his last time up. He hit it 109 miles an hour. I like your style, Rod. Oh, God, that's not the 2-hour mark, is it? Gosh, darn it. No. I got to refresh. Oh, the dreaded 2-hour mark. Oh, I hate you. I thought I had done this earlier tonight. I thought I'd already done it. Where are we at? Where are we at? Well, we got a runner on. Turn on the sprinkler. We got a base hit. Gunnar Henderson with a base hit. Folks, he sprays one into left field. He sprays one into left field. 2 on, nobody out, folks. Again, he got McCann at second. God, I just wish we had somebody faster at the head of this line right now. Said Mullins is up.
Well said, now you know what to do.
I mean, do you lay one down here? Called a strike. He takes it. Said you show bunt almost once every AB. Now this is a chance where I'm not saying you have to bunt, but it's definitely a opportunity to get the tying runs in the scoring position. That pitch is inside. 1-1 the count. All right. Everybody's saying McCann doesn't have to run when Gunnar homers. Now they're saying that he doesn't have to when Said homers. I hope you're right, folks. That one's low and in. Folks, it's 2-1. Let's go. Two and 1, excuse me. Did I say 2-0? 2-1 the count on Mullins. Pitch. That's a hit on the ground hard down the right field line, but it's foul. It's foul. 2-2 the count. 2-2 of the count. Come on, Said. You know what to do. Oh, God. Just McCann, get to third, please. Come on, do something. Swing and a miss. Mullins strikes out. Man, oh man, oh man. Anthony Santander. Come on, folks. First pitch, swung on and missed. First and second, 1 out now. I'm sorry, if I'm managing this team, I pinch run McCann so I have a little bit better speed, and then I drop down a bunt with Said to put the tying runs in a scoring position. That's what I do. That's what I do. But that's how I play ball. You'd have Tony up there with second and third instead of first and second. 1-1 pitch. Hit on the ground, and this could be 2. They go to second, but it's not a good transfer out of the glove. And they're only going to get that lead runner. So Tony grounds into a fielder's choice. It's first and third now with 2 down. And Kjerstad due up. Lamont Wade Jr. kind of double clutched. And Gunnar was already on top of the bag to get forced out. So it was no return throw. Which is good because Tony doesn't run too quick. We stay out of the double play. The inning is still alive. Kjerstad is going to face Helly here. And he looks at a called strike one. Folks. First and third. The runner at first is the tying run. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. The 0-2 in the dirt, and it gets away. It gets very far away, and McCann can walk home, and Gunnar is going to go all the way over to third base. Excuse me, Tony. Tony's going to go all the way to third. I guess that ball went out of play as it... Wait, Kjerstad is on first as well? What is the deal here? What is the deal? Oh, it hits Kjerstad. It looks like it bounced in front of his foot. But they're going to say he's hit by the pitch. Well, then how does... All right, so it's going to be bases loaded. That sucks. I wanted the wild pitch. The wild pitch scores a run. And the Orioles are going to challenge this. How often do you see this? The Orioles are going to challenge that their hitter was not hit. They are challenging that it's a wild pitch, which I think it is. How are we going to be able to prove this? Is this the reverse of the 69 series? We have to show that there's no shoe polish on this ball? I think on the initial pitch, I didn't see a hit by pitch. On the replay, it does bounce right in front of his front foot, but it doesn't look like it hits it to me. It looks like it bounced right in front. The problem is, unless you've got an angle where you can see air between the ball and the foot, you're just going to see one thing in front of the other without any context of how close, if it's touching or not. So they're going to need the right angle in order for this thing to get overturned. And then they got to figure out what else is happening, because if they overturn it, Santander wound up going all the way from first to third base. Well, sometimes, Scuba, but they're not. We're spending a whole lot of time not looking at replays, which I can't stand it. When we're in the middle of a challenge and it's a big thing like this, like, show the audience this play. They're not showing it to us. We're about to get the call here, I think. The ump's ready to turn up his mic. So they're ruling that he was hit by the pitch, and everybody, so the bases are loaded, no run has scored. Yeah, just not enough evidence. I'm telling you right now, though, hand to heart, I don't think that ball hit him. Bases loaded, 2 down. It's going to be up to Colton Cowser to try to make something out of this. Folks, get those cows in the chat now. First pitch has called a strike on the inside edge. Cowser is 1 for 2. Get the cows up. The 0-1. Taken low. 1-1 the count. I am calling upon you Charm City chat. The 1-1 pitch. Taken low, ball 2. The 2-1. Hit in the air, left field. Ramos is going to have a play. And he's got it to win the inning. The Orioles leave the bases loaded. And they might have had a run just plain taken away from them. Wow. More heartache. We go to the 8th, 5-3, San Francisco. I know you guys don't want to hear the gimmick, but whatever. Let's rock. The hat normally doesn't go on when we're about to go up to pitch. Normally it only goes on when we're coming up to hit, when we're behind. But the hat told me now is the time, so I'm just doing what the hat says. I do what the hat says. Hey, I gotta honk the horn here, so I'll be right back. First pitch to the top of the 8th is ball 1. Matt Bowman's still out there. Michael Conforto at the plate, who's been 3 for 3 tonight, including a home run. Pitch is inside, 2-0. Yep. I mean, Rod, were you able to see more than one or two very quick replays? Because maybe I'm watching the Giants broadcast network and they just didn't want to show us the replays, because that whole time waiting on the decision, they didn't show it. 2-1 pitch is swung on and missed, and the count is 2-2. Let's hope so, Chilo. Let's hope so. I hope you're not trolling me. Here's a ball hit on the ground softly to first. O'Hearn just waits for it to roll into his glove, taps the bag, one out here in the 8th. Yeah, I mean, if you only got to see the one replay, again, like the one that I saw, it still looked like it didn't touch the foot, but at the same time, it was from an angle where you don't get to see that nice, separation of light or something. It was ball and foot with nothing really in between. It was right in front of his his left foot. That's or wait, Kjerstad is left-handed. So yeah, his right foot was, you know, not the instep, the outer part. What's the opposite of the instep? I don't even know how to describe it. You'll see it later, I'm sure, or we can look at it on Twitter or something. 0-2 the count on Fitzgerald. One away, nobody on. Pitch, swing and a miss. Bowman with another strikeout. Matt Bowman, quite the showman.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
2 down in the 8th. McRae coming up. 0 for 3 tonight. Yeah, it didn't seem like it. But at the same time, Rod, like if in New York, if that's the only angle they saw, then and the call be on the field, you know, they have to have that like evidence to be like, look, you can clearly see there's distance between the ball and the foot. It's just an unfortunate situation. I mean, to be fair, all it has to do is barely graze, and that is a hit by pitch. But it just sucks. We'll see what Brandon Hyde has to say about it in the post game, maybe. I mean, I'd like to know what Kjerstad thought. What does Kjerstad say on it? I think that'll tell you the story. 3-1 the count on McRae here with 2 down, nobody on. This pitch is lifted in the left. Going back is Cowser, but he's got plenty of time and space to make the catch, and the inning is over. We go to the bottom of the 8th. The Orioles need 2 runs to tie it up. And we're going to have the bottom half of the order due up at this point now, right? Was it O'Hearn making the last out? Yeah, so it's going to be Rivera, Holiday, and McCann, bottom of the order. Excuse me, not Holiday. Levon Soto now in the ballgame. Rivera, Soto, and McCann. So not exactly a juggernaut part of the lineup. You know, I don't think anybody was thinking a month ago that, yeah, we're playing a game where we really need a win, and we're going to be sending up, you know, Emmanuel Rivera, Levon Soto, and James McCann. Now, here we go. But to be fair, this part of the order did get the rally started earlier in the ballgame. Unfortunately, Holiday, part of that rally, not in the ballgame now. But, you know, if one of these guys gets on, it gets Gunnar up to the plate as the tying run. So let's just try to get one of these guys on base. At least. At least. Cowser made the last out. Well, I'm showing them both. Oh, you know what? I think you're right. Yeah, you're right. I apologize. See, that's what I thought. I thought it was more the bottom half of the order, not the bottom 3. So, yeah. I retract my statement, and I take everything back. Ryan O'Hearn will be leading off. Rivera and Soto to follow. So, it's going to take 2 base runners to get Gunnar up in this inning. And, yeah, what about a scenario of, I don't know. Rutschman is still on the bench. That's all I'm saying. We'll see how it goes. Who's going to be pitching here right now for the Giants, I'd like to know. They always leave it to one second before they throw a pitch. Okay, it's Tyler Rogers, who was in the game last night. This guy is a submariner, and here's his first pitch. It's in there for a strike to Ryan O'Hearn. Turn and burn.
Lights on. Let's turn and burn.
O'Hearn had an RBI double his last time up. This ball's hit in the air to left center and going to be caught out there by the center fielder for 1 out. 1 away. Is that, what's with all the sorries? You guys, something happened? You accidentally knock a drink over? What happened?
Sorry, Charm City chat. Sorry. Sorry, Charm City chat. Sorry.
I apologize for Baltimore.
Sorry, Charm City chat. Sorry.
Here's Emmanuel Rivera.
Mr. Emmanuel Lewis.
That's a called strike at the bottom of the zone, 0-1. Jacob Webb is getting up for the Orioles in the bullpen. Swing and a miss, 0-2 on a ball that floated in there at 72 miles an hour. Rivera was so out in front of that pitch. Slow it down, Emmanuel. Slow it down. This guy has 2 speeds, slow and slower. This pitch is off the plate, low and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That one's chopped, but foul, unfortunately. One ball, 2 strikes. 1 out, nobody on, bottom of the 8th. The Orioles are down by 2. Game 2 of a 3-game series. Baltimore desperately trying to get on a winning track before these playoffs get going. I mean, we could sit here and pepper in a win against Detroit, 1 win in New York, and 1 win at Minnesota, and we're still going to get in, folks. Like 3 wins is going to do it. It'll be ugly. We'll be like the last team getting in, but it's enough. There's a called strike 3. Rivera goes down looking. 2 down in the inning. So, yeah, we don't want it to go that bad. What we want is just to string together like 3 straight wins between now and the end of the season, just to show that this team's capable of showing a little bit of continuity and consistency. You can have a clunker or 2 still here down the stretch, but we just got to win a few ball games in a row here. Levon Soto's at the plate. First pitch is ball 1. 2 down, nobody on. And Adley Rutschman is indeed on deck in case Soto gets on here. So, as I was alluding to earlier in the ball game, when to use Rutschman, I did want a bigger spot than that first time, which was O'Hearn facing a lefty. They kept O'Hearn in. He got the RBI double. Great. Then McCann came up. Or no, then it was Holiday. That's right. And I'm like, well, if you're going to go ahead and... This pitch is low to Soto. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's true, Timothus. We are 3-7 in the last 10, and the White Sox, I think, are 4-6. So there's no team worse than us right now in the last 10 in the American League. This pitch is in the dirt, and we got a full count. There's one other team that's lost 7 out of 10 in the American League. I looked at the standings today. So yeah, we are struggling. Everybody in the league knows it. Payoff pitch to Soto is hit foul. And look at this kid hanging in. It's about to see a 7th pitch here. And Westberg Rod might be about 5 days away from getting back to this team, man. Hang in there. This ball's fouled away again. 5 or 6 days, I think. In time for the Bronx. Full count, 2 down, bases empty. Soto has worked this count rather deep. Another payoff pitch, and this ball is going to be hit to first base. Easy out. And the Orioles are going to have to come up with a ninth inning rally here. We go to the ninth. The Giants lead at 5-3. Yeah, I tell you what, man. Looking back at some of the worst moments of the year, I mean, that collision between Gunnar and Mateo, I mean, I remember like it was like seeing like a vehicular accident. Like I was like instantly traumatized. I knew Mateo was in trouble. They were talking about the initial scan was like, well, nothing's broken. I'm like, yeah, but his ligaments are absolutely jacked up. His arm got completely turned around. He's done. He's not coming back. Honestly, though, like, put that arm in some kind of medical protective thing. I'd still put him on the roster in the postseason just to pinch run. I don't care. I know it's impossible, but you still have to. You still have to do this as you're running, and I'm sure that's not going to be good for Mateo. But oh, those legs were so important, man. Oh, yeah. Why would Kimbrel come back, Robert? I don't think anybody's on the impression that Kimbrel's coming back. That ship has sailed. I called it as soon as he gave up that final hit. He came out of the game, and I said, that's probably the last pitch you'll see in Craig Kimbrel's career, right there. Not just for us, but ever. Took me less than a minute to make that conclusion. And I wrapped up the show going, look, if the Orioles want to send a message, cut this guy now. And they did. Oh, if people would only listen to me a little bit more and just trust me. Am I right every time? No. But my success rate is pretty good. It's this and Tetris, folks. That's all I know. Schmidt at the plate. A 1-0 pitch is off the plate, and it's now 2-0. Bottom of the order here for the Giants facing Jacob Webb. This one's popped up, and McCann has no idea where it is, but it's out of play behind home plate. The 2-1 is swung on a missed. Count even up at 2-2. Who's taking the spot? Who's Selby taking a spot from there, Robert? Because Brian Baker has already been brought up to replace Kimbrel, and I would assume once Danny Coulomb comes back, which is probably in the next couple of days, they might just send Baker right back down again. How is Selby getting in? I'm not saying you're wrong. I just don't know. What's the plan there? Yeah, the roster expanded on the 1st of the month. It hasn't changed since September 1st. The count is now full here on Schmidt. A right-hander, Walker, is getting up for the Giants. That's their closer, I believe. This pitch is high, and that's a walk. Schmidt walks. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. If Cano goes on the injured list, then yeah, I know. Cole Irvin was claimed by the Twins. and we sent Maton down. Benny, I'm fully aware. What are you trying to tell me that I haven't already talked about during every game streaming? Whose spot was taken by who? What? When Maton was dropped out, a replacement was brought in. There was no just open spot. What are you talking about? 2-0 the count on Walton. Runner at first. I probably don't even want to get into this with you, man, but if you want to try to explain, feel free. The 2-0 pitch is popped up and out of play. 2 balls, 1 strike. I can't remember what the hell the original point was you're making. Oh, is it? I mean, I can understand what Robert's saying about Selby. If Cano goes on the IL, Selby is already with the team, and they can quickly put him on the roster. If that's the case, here's a pop-up on the infield, caught by Gunnar Henderson for the first out here in the top of the 9th. Runner at first and 1 out now. Kurt Casale at the plate, 1 for 3, a single his last time up. And that ball hit him. No, that ball didn't hit him. It hit McCann. Are you kidding me? McCann is down in pain. This poor guy. Where'd it get him? Did the bat hit him? Don't tell me the bat hit. Oh, it fouled right off of his throwing hand. Right off the hand. Right off the throwing hand. Man, oh man, that's why you keep that hand behind your back. That is why you keep that hand behind your back when you're catching. He's going to try to test it and see if he can throw the ball. And he says, give me one more. I think he's going to be all right. James McCann just taking another one for the team and going right back to work like a boss. There's some leadership for you. Here's an 0-1 pitch to Casale from Jacob Webb, and it's fouled away. It's 0-2. Oh, yeah, you're right.
Tough guy. Thinks he's a tough guy. Tough guy. Thinks he's a tough guy.
The 0-2. Outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Oh, boy. Here's a pitch. That one, oh, he left that in the middle of the plate. Are we going to get away with it? Cowser with a sliding catch near the foul line. Oh, Colton had a long run. Oh, that ball, I just thought it would eventually drop, but Cowser chases it down and prevents an extra base hit and a run. Good Lord, where's my Jack Burton?
Besides that, it's on the reflexes.
Colton Cowser with a big catch. 2 down here in the 9th. Here's Yastrzemski. And he hits one on the ground. I can't even talk. He hits one on the ground right to O'Hearn. Unassisted put out. We're going to the bottom of the frickin' 9th. Let's go. Bottom of the 9th. Baltimore. McCann is scheduled to lead off I doubt he will. Just not the right guy to be leading off an inning when you're down 2 runs in the 9th. No offense, McCann. But we need a leadoff hitter type guy. And I think Adley is the guy. Because for several reasons. You're going to have Adley pinch hit here. Adley, Gunnar, and Mullins. I'm just going to go ahead and call it now. Right? I think it's safe to say. Yeah, even if it was a case of like, well, we walk it off. If we don't walk it off, the game's over and we lose either way. But in this case, even if we were to say tie the game, Adley takes the place of McCann defensively anyway. So he's a little faster than McCann. You want as much speed as you can get. And, yeah, I just think you got to go with Adley here. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Benny. Are you stating that as a fact or what? What have I been talking about for 3 minutes straight? Oh boy. Me and Benny, we're going to get on the same page here pretty soon. I'm positive. Hey, that girl has my same hat, the gray hat with the Oriole bird face on it. She's got the hat. Folks, there's a lady with a dog and the hat. Ryan Walker is on in relief, right-hander. They're only showing me holds. They're not showing me saves. 22 holds and a 9-3 record, 71 appearances. Adley Rutschman at the plate. Here we go.
Let the clutch out gently, okay?
Called strike. Adley is pinch hitting for McCann, folks. Does he, CB? Does he? The 0-1 pitch is inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hey, CB, I don't know if you've noticed, but we've won like 4 out of the last 12 games or some awful thing. Go back and look at how we won those 4 games, and I'll guarantee you Ced Mullins had a big, big part about it. Mullins has helped this team when it's been playing its worst. So if he's pissing you off, I'm sorry, man. 1-1 pitch is a called strike. 1-2 on Adley. As a pinch hitter, not a whole lot of success for Rutschman, just a .214 average, but he's made the most of the 3 hits. He's got 6 RBI while going 3 for 14. The 1-2 is swung on, foul back. We'll do it again. 97 miles an hour from Walker. Gunnar Henderson is on deck, 2 for 4 tonight. 1-2 pitch at the bottom of the zone. Adley, you couldn't offer it that, man? He looks back at the ump, but Adley, come on, dude. Not only is it a strike, but it's just too close. It was in the zone the whole way. You got to at least offer at it with 2 strikes. Keep the at-bat going if you don't like it. Gunnar Henderson's up.
His name's Gunnar, and he's dating my mom.
And he takes a called strike. Two for 4 tonight. Check swing. The home plate umpire says he went, and Gunnar is quickly in an 0-2 hole. He asks for time. I can't blame him. I hope those extra 3 seconds made him think of something useful here. The 0-2 pitch, he gets a piece of it. That ball just drops right in front of the catcher, foul. Count remains no balls, 2 strikes. Oh, it would have been a strikeout, foul tipped into the glove, but the catcher couldn't hold on. So Gunnar with a little bit of life. Let's take advantage of that. The 0-2 pitch. And don't call that. Oh, my God. I thought the umpire was going to call that a strike. That pitch is inside by just an inch or two. Gunnar's at bat continues. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch. Swung on and popped up. On the infield, first baseman makes the catch, and the Orioles are down to their final out. All right. Bum Mullins is up, and we need him to get on base in order to give Tony a chance to tie up the ball game. 0 for 4, but an RBI ground out tonight, and Mullins hits one foul off to the right. Not sure about that, Jonathan. If Mullins had a great track record of successfully bunting, I would agree, but he really doesn't. This ball's hit on the ground, but right to second. That'll end the ball game. Second baseman backhands it, throws to first, and the Orioles have lost the first 2 games of this series, the first 2 games of this homestand, 3 in a row. Brandon Hyde's already down the dugout tunnel. The Orioles left 8 men on base tonight. The Giants just 5. 3 runs, 7 hits, and an error. The Giants 5 runs, 9 hits, no errors. And it's another bad result. And here come everybody's, yeah, I know. I know, everybody. Get it all out. Go ahead. Let it all out. All right, apparently I am watching Masson. Do I go through the potential self-torture of hanging out here and turning up the volume on the broadcast to listen to Brandon Hyde's post-game press conference? Anybody interested? Or is everybody ready to go? I guess I could just sit here and watch this number continue to drop. Folks, we still haven't gotten to 100 likes. And there was 160 of you in here when I just checked. So it's like, yeah. If you don't want to support the O's, could you maybe support a guy that's, just trying to scrape by a living by trying to grow this channel? It would be great to just hit that like button on the way out, please. Be awfully kind. All right, we got to 100. Thank you, folks. Say what you want, folks, but when even only 2,700 and change show up, when they're averaging 8 minutes a pop, you do the math. 8 minutes times 2,764. What does that come up to? A lot of watch time. Right? A lot of watch time. But any closer over here? Folks, 9 away. 9 away. Robert, I don't know if I want you here for my postseason games, man. If you're going to say here right now that Brandon Hyde, look, I'm not saying eventually that's not the outcome, but he's our manager right now. And yeah, we can sit here and talk about specific things that he might have screwed up. But to basically, already have this vision and hope that everything goes to shit and he's gone, then why are you going to tune in this postseason? I want to watch these playoff games with some hope, Robert. All right? Can you please drop that mentality during the playoff games themselves? That's all I'm asking. And Gerald, if you're with Robert, same to you. I'm telling you right now. As we look, and if it's going to make me lose subscribers, I'll keep saying it again. These are the playoff games. 41 years. 7th time in the playoffs. It might last a couple of days. Can we just get it together and try to hope for what we got can get us somewhere? God damn, you guys are so rough, man. I said it myself. Brandon Hyde's job is on the line with what happens with this postseason. Oh, so you're only saying if we don't make the playoffs. So you're still thinking we might not make the playoffs. Okay. I still, like, I'm just saying right now, I'm not going to tolerate, like, nitpicking every strikeout, every error, every whatever when these playoff games are actually happening, because this is what we've built up to. We play 162 games. We spend a collective 450 hours tuning in for the hope that we can get into a postseason and do something. So why the hell did we spend 6 months for this buildup if we're just going to sit there, watch a couple of games and go, yeah, we're shit? I'm sorry. It makes no sense to me. No, we ain't, Dale. And last I checked, the Yankees have technically not even qualified yet. But yeah, if you want to hang on that, mentality of, yeah, we're technically not in yet, that's fine. That's fine. Look, I'll say this. This channel will probably completely collapse if this team collapses and somehow didn't make the playoffs. So guess what? I get to have my heart broken twice and my life actually affected if that were to be the case. So pardon me if I got a little more optimism. Gerald, I'm not the thought police, dude. I'm just telling you right now. Yeah, you're free to say it, and I'm free to not want to hear it if I'm asking you right now to not be that way during the playoff games. Is that too much to ask? What am I asking for, buddy? What am I asking for, dude? I'm just asking to not shit on the team during the actual playoff games. Is that too much to ask? Because what you're doing is taking the other people around who are watching that do have hope and just shitting on their hope. Who are you to do that? If you want to feel the way you feel, fine. But why do you got to tell everybody else? Why do you got to make people who have hope? Why do you want to try and take it away from them? What's the point? You can call it free speech, and I'll say, yeah, you're right. I can counter back with, what is the point? What is the end game? I mean, I get it. It's because of these results, folks. It's because of these results. If this entire season was reversed, if August and September was April and May, and we started off playing like 400 ball, and then you just reverse the entire results of this season, and we still wind up on 89 wins or whatever the hell it's going to be, and we get in as a wild card after starting off like shit and then getting better. Completely different mentality. And look, I get it. The odds of us going far in these playoffs because of the way we look right now versus the way we used to look early seem a lot slimmer. But it doesn't mean there's no odds. There's odds. I know, Chilo. Chilo, you did great. And Chilo, I hope you keep it up. Honestly. I'm proud of you, Chilo. Honestly. We're going to get a press conference here in a couple of minutes. I'm going to stick around for it. In the meantime, let's go over tomorrow's start time once more. I just don't get it. I don't understand why people can't, like, compartmentalize analyzing specific problems or issues or bad decisions made within a game, game to game. And then there's the big picture thing, which is like, big picture, we are going to the playoffs. We don't get there that often. We've got a lot of talented players on this team, and a lot of them right now are feeling down. It's clear. They're not enjoying this. I guess I walk to the beat of a different drum, man. I don't know. But in situations like this, I feel like, well, if everybody's down, I'm going to get up and tell a joke. I've been in situations like this. I've been in rooms with bad morale. I've always felt it that I needed to take it upon myself to get up and say something. Because it's not healthy. Yes, you can't ignore problems. You analyze the problems. You try to come up with solutions. Craig Kimbrell last night showed me you need to get off the team. Did I mince words? I said, Craig Kimbrell, get the hell off the team. What happened? Craig Kimbrell's off the team. So please, don't accuse me of looking at this team through rose-colored glasses while you guys really know the real deal. Oh, you guys know. No, I know what it is. You're protecting. You're putting a shield over that heart of yours because you don't want to deal with the fact that maybe the Orioles don't go all the way and win the World Series. Well, guess what? 29 teams don't do it. There's a lot of teams out there with payrolls 5 times larger than us that ain't going to win shit. And speaking of, what are these purple? What are these pink turds? I want these emojis. Where do you get these? And if cows could fly. Right. 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 It's just, I'll tell you, it's demoralizing. I can't imagine having a teammate with the mentality of some of the people in this chat. If I were on a team and that was their mentality. Or if I were in the trenches and, you know, people in my platoon, this was their mentality. It's a loser's mentality. Sorry. If you embrace all the losing we're doing and you just want to just shine a giant magnifying glass on losing, what does that make you guys, winners for pointing out loser? I don't get it. No, I'm not. That's not me. I recognize this team is in trouble. Okay? I recognize we can't play like this and have any hope in going far in the playoffs, but that doesn't mean that I think that we're not capable of doing it. This is war. We've got battles to fight, and if I'm going into every battle thinking we're not going to win, you don't want me by your side, all right? Let's see if there's going to be a press conference here. And Robert, how am I saying that we don't need to do better? I know we need to do better. Don't worry, Damien. I got plenty of extra emotion left over. Don't worry. I got rollover minutes. I'm fine. I feel like we need to have an intervention right now. I mean, this is something that's been building up over the past several weeks. Let's see if we can get a post-game press conference here.
You need. Visit archbolt.org to get involved. And by LifeBridge Health. Like athletes, LifeBridge Health doctors train.
Folks, tonight's game has been brought to you by LifeBridge Health.
Learn more at LifeBridge Health.
Care bravely.
Orioles
What the hell
fall
kind
on
of a
this
slogan is
Wednesday night
that?
Downtown Baltimore 5-3. The final against the San Francisco Giants. But before the game, one of the most famous Baltimoreans, Stavi, one of the great comedians around right now. A Netflix special is coming back to Baltimore.
Stavros throwing out the first pitch. Look at that shirt. Not the best form. All right, so I guess we're still showing highlights here. That shirt is on fleek, though. I got to be honest. Oh, it is Brandon talking. Damn it. What the hell?
Forced play at the plate. There's just kind of a bad luck inning for him there.
Was it a little more frustrated today because you had a lot of scoring opportunities, whereas in the past recent games you really hadn't?
I thought the encouraging thing with tonight's game a little bit is that I thought our bats were better. I thought we created more traffic. I thought we walked. Now we're just waiting for some breaks offensively and a chopper to get through and something off the label to fall in the outfield grass. But we gave ourselves opportunity tonight. So I thought our bats were better. I thought their starter's good. I thought Birdsong had a really good arm. They have a good pen. So, but I thought we did create some traffic and made it tough. Had some middle of the order, made the middle of the order up and big spot, and tonight just didn't happen.
With the way Jackson was scoring up the ball tonight and how Austin's been scuffling of late, did you consider leaving Jackson in with 2 outs there in the 6th against the lefty Miller?
No, not against. That's a tough lefty. Jackson's had tough times against lefties this year.
It's been almost surprising that you feel like some of these balls just fall in. I mean, that's baseball, and it's been just kind of an unlucky stretch in a lot of these runners.
Yeah. Just not getting the breaks right now a little bit, but I thought the at bats tonight.
Hey Samuel,
really
we're Baltimore.
I think there was.
We're weird. Okay.
I thought the at bats were better tonight.
We embrace it.
Hiccup for him tonight, but Dean's been really solid for the second half. How would you just kind of summarize?
Yeah, he give up 4 and 6 innings. Like I said, that was kind of he gave us some singles there in the 3rd, but the bunt hurt. Just let Rivera make that play, and it might be a little bit different, but I thought his stuff was good, and Dean's been really good, like you said, the second half.
In that inning where things unraveled a little bit, how difficult was it to see James make an uncharacteristic mistake?
Well, yeah, that's as a catcher, you're feeling the plate's ground level, so you're not really feeling it, especially with spikes, and I think that he came out a little bit, maybe a half inch too far, unfortunately, and it's just unfortunate.
O's fans, we need you to be the noise. Come pack the yard and watch the O's as they fight to clinch their.
Yeah, so that was just a whole lot of lip service
again. There are
again.
still tickets available for the rest of the.
I think the one phrase that pretty much had me rolling my eyes was, "We created a lot of traffic tonight." We created a lot of traffic tonight. What the hell does that mean? What that means is that we're not driving in runners, which is kind of like the key to winning baseball games. And it's been a problem for a while. But instead of saying we're having problems driving in runners, we're saying we're creating traffic. See, that's the kind of stuff that bothers me. It's just word salad trying to skip past the issues. And again, folks, I will talk about the issues. I will have my criticisms of this team. Okay? I don't have a contract with anybody. I mean, who was it? Gerald? Gerald's all about the First Amendment. Guess what? I say whatever the hell is on my mind here. Right? Nobody's, feeding me lines over here. But there's a difference between breaking down Brandon Hyde on a decision-by-decision basis and going, yeah, things are leading up to a degree where I feel like if you don't take this team deep in the postseason, I don't think we can have you back next season. That's how I feel. And it's not even like an emotional thing. I like Brandon Hyde as a person. I don't have a problem with Brandon Hyde. I just know that the team has to continue to grow in order to get to where we want to be. And Brandon Hyde helped us in some of the early steps of this growth process. He may not be the guy to get us all the way there. And that's okay. That's okay. He'll have his chance to try to lead this team in this postseason. And if we go out with a whimper, then I would expect his job is probably very much on the line, especially with the new ownership here. There's a chance to, folks, we don't know what the hell is going to happen. I mean, this new ownership group came in mid-season. They're going to have their first off-season coming up, which is really going to let us know what the tone is going to be for this organization going forward. There's a lot of unanswered questions, and there probably will be a lot of house cleaning if this team doesn't go very far. Not just Brandon Hyde, other coaching and staff and up and down the line. New ownership, But until that happens, I just don't see what is beneficial about just like, Brandon Hyde is not going to be able to do it for the, like, we have to believe in it now. We have to. Until the last out is made on this season, we're in it. Okay? Like, this is how I treat sports. I don't know about you, but that's the only way for it to make any sense to me. Otherwise, I wouldn't be wasting my time with this. All right? I got other things I enjoy in my life. Not as much as I enjoy the Orioles, but I enjoy it. And those other things I enjoy, they're not under constant scrutiny, Like if I want to go hiking, I don't have to sit there and debate somebody about how to hike. I just go and I do it. But when it comes to Orioles, it's just, there's so much. Oh, my goodness. What's Dean Kramer saying? I don't know. I'm going to get out of here. I need something to eat. Wow, the Mets are up 10-zip. I'm sure my buddy PAS will be happy about that. Phillies are tied with the Brewers, and that looks like a good game to take you to because it's tied. It's not a blowout like the Mets game is. So tomorrow's first pitch. I hear you, Samuel, but he's here. He's our manager for the rest of this season in the playoffs, right? That's a fact, right? I said it already. There's only one move this team can make of any significance at this stage of the season, and that move was to DFA Craig Kimbrell, and that's exactly what they did earlier today. There's no other moves to make. These are the people we have. So we have to support them, even if they make mistakes. Folks, you got people in your life, I don't know, family, friends, who are, dare I say, fuck-ups. They screw up a lot, but you care about them. You want to see them do better. You support them. You try to give them some guidance. They go out, they fuck up again. It pisses you off, but you keep supporting them because you care. Is there any way to just take that mentality and transfer it over to this team? because that's where we're at right now. Until we get to the off season and changes can be made, this is who we have. These are our boys. We need to support them, even when they fuck up. Do you hear what I'm saying? It's now. Now's the time. All right? We've got maybe, what? We got 10 games left and the possibility of as little as 2 postseason games. This whole thing can be over in a couple of weeks. So just, once that period passes, feel free to rant all you want. But please, just show some faith in the team as poor as things look right now. You can call it blind faith. You can say, oh, it's a fool's errand. Only a fool would have a faith in this team right now. Well, then call me a fool. I want fools here with me, with faith. All right? That's me. There's probably like 4 people still here. All right, I'm going to get out of here. Thanks, everybody. Have a good rest of your night. Sorry about the loss. Tomorrow at 1:05 p.m. Eastern, the conclusion of this series. I'll be on the air at 12:55 p.m. Logan Webb against Zach Eflin. Hope to see you there. Until then, I hope you have a good rest of your night. I hope we can find some common ground, everybody. I do. Maybe I'm not the best at saying the right words. Maybe this stupid microphone thing in front of me means nothing. You know, I don't know. But I'm just, I understand. We're in a critical area right here. It's a critical time. All right, folks. We might see Danny Coulomb come back like tomorrow. By the way, we'll see. Have a good rest of your night. This has been the Bird Watcher. I'm going to be sending you over right now to play-by-play with JJ, who's doing the Phillies game. Thanks to everybody in the Charm City chat, particularly the mods for the volunteer work that they do. Super chats, Magic members, and everybody else for devoting your time and allowing me to call a game for you. Really appreciate it. Let's try to get them tomorrow. This has been the Bird Watcher, and I'll chirp at you later. Good night, everybody.